Hello, welcome to viewers joining us on the Queensbury and TNT Sports social media channels. Welcome to London ahead of the final press conference, ahead of Championship Boxing, Saturday night at British Boxing's spiritual home of York Hall, live on TNT Sports. Now, it's been a week of big announcements, big press conferences, major groundbreaking news, but Saturday night is really about what the core of boxing is all about, why we love the sport. Young, hungry fighters. Look around at this table. You see young, hungry fighters with no plan B who just want to make it. And that's what it's all about on Saturday night. Now, we met a guy earlier in the week called Artur Beterbiev. He had a 100% KO rate. And there's a young man here sat next to me who also has a 100% KO rate. His name is Sam Noakes. 13 fights, 13 wins, 13 knockouts. But he faces this man here, Yven Mendy, by far the toughest test of his career. European title will be on the line. And it's a big one. It's a serious fight. We'll hear from Sam, who's also promising me 1- and 2-word answers today. So I'm hoping to get a bit more out of Sam Noakes. We'll hear from those guys very shortly. And look around at the top table, more and more hungry eyes. Henry Turner, the showman, unbeaten, looking to make a statement on Saturday night. And Allo Jr, a cruiserweight animal who is just knocking everyone out, who's looking a real beast. And actually, Alois, we're gonna start with you. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is this your first press conference?
Yes, it is, and I'm absolutely honoured to be here. And I'll put it that simple.
You've done everything right, really, so far. I mean, your last 6 fights, they've all been knockouts. Some of them have been pretty savage, hellacious knockouts. Is this about, putting on a bit of a show on Saturday?
For Saturday, I'm going to be calm, cool, collective, and you guys know what I do. I put people in body bags, so I can't wait to come and put another body bag on the shirt.
Well, it's an experienced opponent. It's a guy who's had several more fights than you have. He actually boxed Arthur Abraham a number of years ago as well. What are you expecting from him?
I expect someone tough, durable, but then again, my power is godly. Like, when I touch people, they go to sleep. So I'm not too stressed about what he's coming to do. I know what I'm going to do.
Oh, gosh. What are your goals? We've got Sam Noakes and Henry Turner here bickering. But what are your goals, Alois?
In terms of what? In terms of boxing?
In terms of boxing.
Oh, I need to be a world champion. I'm dying to be a world champion. Every single breath I take is on the route of being a world champion. You know, it comes down to decision making, discipline, consistency. And I live according to this.
And you're in that gym with Ben Davison. He's your trainer. You've got Anthony Joshua in the gym. You've got young Royston Barney-Smith, Lee Wood. Plenty of talent in there. What are you taking from being in there every day? And in particular, around Anthony Joshua?
Around Anthony Joshua, again, he gives me life lessons. He gives me tips in boxing, being consistent. It's just like refreshments. You know, keep on doing what you're meant to be doing because you're on the right track. So, yeah. And also, he speaks to me about expressing myself. Like, I'm an explosive fighter and consistently express myself.
Well, your opponent's nickname is Pokemon. What happens when you catch him?
He's out.
And in terms of the British scene, obviously the British title is going to be on the line between Chev Clark and Ellis Sorrow coming up. How far away do you think you are from those guys?
In terms of technicality, I don't see no difference. In terms of my career, in terms of like where I'm at now, maybe next year, maybe the end of this year. We'll see, because each fight shows a different animal. So we'll see when. We'll see then.
Okay, Allo Jr, really looking forward to you've got a great TV slot, I'm hearing, as well on Saturday night, and I think you've sort of deserved it with everything that you've put in. So we look forward to Saturday from you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the showman, Henry Turner. Look, this is an opponent that actually changed, right? I think we spoke a few weeks ago, and there was a moment where you weren't sure who you were going to fight, if you were going to get an opponent, but you've got one now, late replacement. Tell me what's on your mind.
Yeah, I got a late replacement. About 2.5 weeks ago, I found out the opponent I was meant to be fighting, good opponent, 16-0, pulled out with an injury, so I was gutted, but they managed to get me another opponent. He's coming from Colombia, a big KO knockout percentage. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think he's knocked out like 14 from his 16 wins, so that's quite like a kind of replacement. The last guy, he didn't have such a knockout rate, the guy that you were supposed to be fighting, so a bit of a switch of mentality for you.
No, exactly that, just another change. You just got to adapt on the night. It'll take me not even a minute and I'll adapt to him, easy as that.
And how you been getting on in camp sparring this guy?
God, I'm happy it's over and done with.
I'm glad it's done. I've been punching my head in. Camp's been rubbish. I feel terrible.
Well, Sam, since you have interjected there, let me just ask you on Henry, because obviously you spend a lot of time around each other, a lot of sparring where you say he's been punching your head in as well, but he's a talent, isn't he?
To be honest, Henry, I think he's come on with flying colours. I mean, he's got better knockouts than I have in my 13. You know what I mean? And I think for Henry, he's a bit of confidence in himself. Like you can't hurt the man. He's actually he's like Iron Man. He's unhurtable, honestly. And I'm not even just saying that because he stood next to me and he's in my team. Honestly, you'll see. You can't hurt that man.
Well, one thing we can definitely see, Henry, is that there's a great gym vibe. You've got a British champion here who's about to challenge for the European. Sky Nicholson's just become a world champion as well. It must feel like you're next.
Yeah, the gym is absolutely buzzing at the minute. Like you say, Sam's got all the titles at the minute. He's nearly completed the full collection. You got Sky Nicholson, WBC world champion. We've got some great prospects in the gym. Yeah, it's flying. iBox is flying.
What are your plans? What are your plans for this year, Henry?
Get through this opponent Saturday night. Hopefully, be back out in July, and hopefully, I'm knocking on the door for that British title.
Do you feel up there with? I mean, Dalton Smith's the champion right now. I don't know what his plans are with the British belt, but how far away do you feel from the likes of Dalton Smith?
The technical wise, I'm there. They might have a little bit more experience, but I know how good I am. I know how good I can be, and the better they are, the better I am.
I like that. Well, you got this Mendoza on Saturday. He's going to be coming trying to take your head off. Does that mean we're going to see a tremendous Henry Turner?
Yeah, exactly that. Another explosive, fast, hopefully a knockout performance.
Okay, we look forward to it. Thank you. The showman. Okay, EBU, vacant EBU European Lightweight Championship on the line in the main event on Saturday night. Sam Noakes, this man here, against Yven Mendy. And Yvonne, I'm going to start with you. We have Lou, of course, who's going to translate. Fantastic. This is a man who works for Queensbury and just happens to speak very, very good French. So we'll bring you in as well, Lou, here. Yvonne, you are a former European champion. I guess you're looking at this as a chance to get your belt back.
Vous étiez champion d'Europe avant, maintenant c'est votre chance de faire la revanche et gagner la ceinture une autre fois.
D'accord, oui, j'ai hâte de reboxer pour le titre BU. C'est vrai que le titre m'a échappé en 2023, mais j'ai hâte de le récupérer.
Yeah, I'm really happy to have the chance to recuperate this belt. I lost the belt in 2022, and now I'm really happy for the opportunity to regain my belt.
And what do you think of your opponent, Sam Noakes, here? He's knocked out every man he's faced.
Qu'est-ce que tu penses sur Sam Noakes? Il a gagné tout son combat par KO. Qu'est-ce que tu sais sur lui?
Après, honnêtement, j'en sais pas plus que ça sur Sam. Le fait qu'il ait gagné tous ses combats avant la limite, ça me fait ni froid ni chaud en fait, parce que des boxeurs invaincus, j'en ai boxé tellement. Aujourd'hui, je ne peux pas me fier à un palmarès.
Honestly, I don't know much on Sam Noakes. The fact that he has a 100% knockout ratio, it doesn't really give any effect to me. I've fought so many unbeaten boxers. This is what I do, and it's not going to make any differences to me.
Well, we've seen you come to this country before. You took the unbeaten record of Luke Campbell a few years ago as well. You also took the unbeaten record of Francisco Patera. Do you just see this guy as another unbeaten record you're going to take?
C'est pas la première fois que tu as boxé ici en terre. Tu as déjà gagné contre Luke Campbell quand il y avait 0 défaite. Après, tu as battu Patera qui n'a 0. Est-ce que pour toi, c'est juste une autre personne en vaincu que tu vas battre?
Oui, bien sûr, c'est tout à fait ça. J'ai toujours la même détermination qu'avant, donc mais le fait de boxer un invaincu, c'est excitant, c'est beaucoup excitant, donc voilà, c'est une épreuve de plus dans ma carrière.
Yeah, it's exactly that. I've fought these unbeaten guys before. I've got the exact same determination, and that's exactly what I'm going to do again. It's just another step in my career, and it's another win that he's going to get.
Okay, well, let's bring in Sam Noakes here. Sam, it's quite a quick turnaround, right? I mean, it was just February that you became the British lightweight champion. Now, only a couple of months later, you're challenging for the European. But I guess this is what you live for.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming thick and fast. I mean, it's good going from camp to camp because obviously I ain't got the time to put too much weight on. So, but yeah, I think it's nice to be busy. Every boxer wants to keep busy. That's what I've been saying. And I mean, to give him this opportunity, I'm very grateful. And I mean, yeah, I've got a class opponent there. It's going to be a good fight. I can't disagree with anything he said. It means, but both of us know what it means to us. We get this win, puts us in a great position. So, I think the best man win comes Saturday night.
Well, you said when I came to see you a few weeks ago, I asked you about Mendy here, and you said he's a tough old boy, Dev.
That's what you thought I was going to say. He's a tough old fellow. He's a tough old fellow, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's got a good record. He's been in there, as he said, with loads of undefeated fighters. So he's got to make it to be a good scrap.
Toughest fight of your career, though, by far, right?
Yeah, without doubt. Without doubt.
Is this also a bit of an opportunity to show that your power can carry through the levels?
Well, I hope so. Yeah. No, yeah, of course it is. I mean, listen, every boxer wants to progress and everyone talks about winning world titles and all things like that. So you're going to need fights like this, and obviously I plan on winning. That is the game plan. But listen, I've been training hard. Al knows what he's doing. We've been experienced. We've seen him before. We know what he's about. And I mean, I think it's going to be a great fight.
Do you think he takes you to 12, into the second half?
I definitely believe that he takes me probably the longest. That's out of opinion. So what's that, 9? So probably over 9, I reckon, maybe. But we'll see.
Be a big statement if you do stop him. The guy's never been stopped so far.
It does have a good ring to it, Dev. It does have a good ring to it.
And have you imagined the sort of photo of you with the British title there and holding the European as well?
You next to me, Dev, in there, yeah, of course I have. No, every fighter, no fighter, they give that generic response, but I'm not looking for the knockout, but if it comes, no one dreams when they're doing their runs, laying in bed about going the distance, do they? Oh, I want a good points win. I mean, if it comes, I'm going to have a nice, mature performance. So as I said, we've trained, we know what we're about. So we'll see Saturday night.
Let me bring in Yvonne here. Yvonne, he's a very aggressive fighter. Is Sam Noakes here?
Lovely guy, though.
Lovely fella. Can't do enough for you. Lovely guy. Luke and Sam.
Sam, c'est un homme très gentil. C'est un boxeur très agressif qui va être là.
But where do you get the confidence that you can withstand all of his attacks?
C'est quoi qui donne la confidence qui dit que tous ses attaques, ça n'a pas un problème pour toi?
Parce que j'ai l'expérience, vous savez, j'ai plus du triple de combat par rapport à lui. Donc j'ai boxé tout type de boxeurs. Aujourd'hui, je suis un homme aguerri et puis je connais la boxe sur le bout des doigts. Donc j'ai boxé tout type de boxeurs. Des boxeurs agressifs, des boxeurs techniques, des boxeurs rapides, puissants. Donc ça reste un combat de plus pour moi.
He's got triple the experience of Sam, and that's key for him. He's fought all kinds of boxers. He's fought technical, powerful boxers. He knows boxing by the back of his hand. This is his sport, and it's just another test for him.
And Sam, for you, does it feel like kind of he's had his time and now it's your time?
Yeah, I think obviously he's a bit older than I am, and as he said, he's already been European champion. So I think it's time that I had that belt, you know. So, but listen, he's a respectful man. He's been everything he said. You can't argue with. You know, I mean, he's confident in himself, and I think it's going to be a good fight. And I'm glad that obviously everything's respectful between the both of us.
Yvonne, let me get your prediction then. How is this fight going to go when on Saturday night? What's going to happen in there?
C'est quoi votre prédiction pour le combat samedi soir?
I win.
Good. Spoke English all along, by the way. Okay. All right. Any more than that? Are you going to win by stoppage?
Maybe. On verra. I will tomorrow.
We'll find out.
See tomorrow.
We'll see on Saturday. We'll find out. And Sam, you know, your final kind of prediction on this?
I will win.
Well, there you go. We will find out whether or not Sam will win, or indeed Yvonne will win on Saturday night. We'll be live from 7:45 on TNT Sports. The vacant EBU European Lightweight Championship on the line. Sam Noakes, Yvonne Mendy, and a brilliant undercard featuring Henry Turner and Allo Jr. and many more. Do not miss it. Thank you. This is big. This is the European title against a guy who's, you know, he's very good. Yvonne Mendy. Tell me your thoughts on this.
He's a tough old fella, Dev. He's a tough old fella. No, listen, we know we're in for a long night. I know he's going to be very durable, but as he said, he ain't fought Sam Noakes yet. We ain't seen him been hurt in any of his other fights. But listen, he's obviously been about a while. He's a veteran of the game. I think, listen, in the most respect, he's probably had his time, and I'm on the way up. So it's time to sort of get on the Sam Noakes hype. Do you know what I mean? Get on the Sam Noakes train. I'm going to get that European title, and then it puts me in a good position.
This would be a serious statement-making kind of win, though. Yvon Mendy, only a couple of fights ago, was in with Denis Beranchyk, who's about to challenge for a world title. Like, he's a very, very high-caliber fighter.
So I'm saying this.
Face off, guys.
Get me home. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's hot up there. I'm sweating.
We did your interviews last. Yeah, see. Well
This is big. This is the European title against a guy who's, he's very good, Yvon Mendy. Tell me your thoughts on this.
He's a tough old fella, Dan. He's a tough old fella. No, listen, we know we're in for a long night. I know he's going to be very durable, but as he said, he ain't fought Sam Noakes yet. We ain't seen him been hurt in any of his other fights. But listen, he's obviously been about a while. He's a veteran of the game. I think, listen, in the most respect, he's probably had his time, and I'm on the way up. So it's time to sort of get on the Sam Noakes hype. Do you know what I mean? Get on the Sam Noakes train. I'm going to get that European title, and then it puts me in a good position.
This would be a serious statement-making kind of win, though. Yvon Mendy, only a couple of fights ago, was in with Denis Beranchyk, who's about to challenge for a world title. Like, he's a very, very high-caliber fighter.
So I'm saying this year's turning out to be a real good one. I mean, obviously, like, you think last year had a little bit of inactivity, and then now British champion already, and then now fighting for the European against, obviously, a good world-level opponent. And as you say, come through there with flying colours, mate. It puts me in a real good position for the end of the year.
Were you expecting such a quick kind of turnaround from suddenly British champion to challenging for the European?
Dev, listen, so it was like, right, for the British title, sweet. And then fight week, we're fighting for the WBO International. And then I'm top 10 with the WBO. And then it was like mentioned, right, we'll fight in July for the European. I said, all right. And then he said, oh, no, we're not going to do it in July, we'll do it in April. And this was like a week ago. So it's all just coming quick. But I mean, obviously that means Frank and Francis got a lot of faith in me, and I don't want to let them boys down. So I'm going to get that and bring that title home, and hopefully my mum probably steal that one off me as well.
Has he put a bit of fear in you?
It's not a bit of fear in me, no. It's more hunger, really. Like, listen, obviously every boxer says, I'm in it for a hard fight. So listen, I'm not doubting that this is going to be a tough fight. Do you know what I mean? He's a good opponent, but that's what we're in it for, and it's a good step up for me. And then obviously just to see if I'm not just a hype job. Do you know what I mean? To see if the power does carry through. So I'm looking forward to it. It's nice to have, not say just have a challenge, because the other boys have been challenges, but this is definitely going to be my hardest fight to date.
He's had a few losses, but he's never been stopped, never been hurt, as you said as well. This is kind of the ultimate test of your power, isn't it?
Well, listen, we'll see, innit? We'll see if it's just we're going to carry over. But I mean, I've been hearing in my whole career that I'm strong and I hit hard and I'm durable, so now is the time to prove it. Obviously, put all the naysayers saying, nah, it's just because you've had easier position. As you say, if do it to Yven Mendy, then you can't argue it, can you, really?
But even a win is actually brilliant, isn't it, against this guy?
I ain't losing, Dev. I ain't losing, mate. No way. I ain't come this far to trip up now, mate.
You ready for the 12 rounds if you need it?
I'm ready for it. 100%.
Anything different happening in camp for this one?
No, I mean, listen, it's just another fight at the end of the day. I think obviously going in, there's a bit more of a game plan. As in, like, obviously, like, I knew them other people would fold. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew, like, if I went out all gun ho, like, they ain't going to be able to do 8 rounds with me. This guy's you're going to have to sort of go in a little bit more tactical, because he's been there, he's seen it, he's probably had however many younger fighters go, right, I'm going to be the first to stop him, but we are ready for it. I mean, obviously Al's a brilliant coach. We've been working, as I said, I've had more harder rounds than I could count, so I'll put him in good stead for it.
Well, I'm here with the Noakes brothers. Sam, great. I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
I thought you were looking on it.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
The other way, isn't it?
Right, Sam.
I
definitely don't. But serious business for you on Saturday night. You've just seen Yvon Mendy, tough guy, as you've talked about. Tell us what's going on in your mind now that you've seen him up close, face to face. You're trying to give me them better beer answers.
No. So,
listen,
I think it's just the same old thing, innit? I mean, he's coming to win. It means puts him in a good position if he wins. And obviously, like, I ain't losing, Dev. I ain't. I put my foot down. I'm not doing it. So it's going to be a good fight. He comes forward, I go forward, and then we'll see how we get on.
You haven't come this far to come this far, have you?
I've not come this far to come this far. No, no.
But we talked about the quick turnaround up there, right? But I mean, it's quite fast. Like February to become British champion, and then only a couple of months later to have the European title. Were you ready?
Well, bloody hope so, Dev.
Yeah. But were you surprised that you got the call for it to be that quick? You know what?
It's like everyone asks, so what's your plans? Like, boxers don't have a clue. We just do as we're told. Yeah. So last year I got asked the question, what do you want next year? I said, I'd love to fight for a British title. Go on, first fight. And then they said about fighting for the EBU in July. I said, yeah, that's good. We'll do that. Obviously get April out of the way and then do that. And then they brought it forward. So I'm just listening. As I said, I'm in the game to keep fighting, keep winning, and just keep progressing and being the best.
Paid.
Keep being the best Sam Noakes that I can be, you know.
How's he looking to you?
Solid, mate.
Oh, unbelievable, son.
No, he looks solid to me. I thought Mendy was a little bit bigger than he actually is. So, yeah, he's going to have size, power, everything over him. I'm quite confident he does get the job done inside the distance now.
It feels like a big moment for the Noakes family. I'm sure, Sharon's going to be there. She's actually started messaging me again on Facebook now, by the way. So
Big John's up here tomorrow.
Yeah, Big Johnny Noakes.
Big Johnny Noakes is here, so maybe we have to get him on the old camera and see what he's got to say.
I'm ready to go with Big Johnny Noakes.
We have to pet talk him. I don't know if we'd just be like, right, Dad, yep, no, yep, he looks good, yep.
Working like a little doll.
But a big moment for the Noakes family.
We're working like a little doll.
You know, ventriloquist doll thing.
It's a little bit strange on that, isn't it?
Does it feel like a big moment for
yeah,
all
massive
you guys?
moment for the family. So we're all really proud of him, really excited for it.
You're just laughing at whatever
I've got funny, I'll picture in my head. In my head it's like wear him like a glove, and I thought, sure you can't say that,
like
mate.
a doll. So you've got to nudge him, do the sound button.
The other thing, Sam.
Well, you said it. You thinking it.
Dirty mind. You're weird.
Headlining for the first time.
Back to the proper stuff.
Headlining for the first time, Sam. Up there, press conference in the middle.
I know.
You have to do a bit of talking. It's
I have to do a bit of talking. I'm normally even further away doing a little bit of chatting, but I don't know. Listen, it just means I'm last on, doesn't it? I suppose.
It's more than that. Your headline. I mean, you shared it on your Instagram story. People are seeing like your advert pop up. You and Mendy a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like it does make it a bit bigger and a bit better. Do you know what I mean? But listen, this fight's a fight. Don't matter if I'm on last, on first. The same result every time. Do you know what I mean? I train with the same intent would be a good one. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's just it is what it is. It's a fight, isn't it?
And are you aware that yourself and Hamza Shiraz have the current longest active KO streak?
The geezer who come up with he's from Maidstone, his hands are Maidstone from the Box Hard podcast. He's the one who enlightened me to that. So obviously, hopefully, get the stoppage on Saturday, and then I'm winning.
Then you're
Fabio Wardley, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was Fabio Wardley.
So you'll go ahead of Hamza Shiraz.
I don't think for too long, though.
Yeah, you think
I don't think for too long, because I think Anthony and Junior, I reckon, will stop him.
What do you think and this is both of you, what are you seeing the score as in the Queensbury versus Matchroom thing?
Oh, let me think about the
I'll
bout.
probably say 3-2 Frank, I reckon. And I ain't saying who I think will lose.
3-2 Frank, I think.
I ain't saying who I think
maybe
will lose.
4-1.
But what's the
Some of them are real
what's
close.
the point system on it though? Because there's
2 for a knockout.
That's what I'm saying. So that might, you don't know then. If it was just clean cut win or whatever, you don't know.
I think Frank's got the punches on the card, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, so.
Well, if you were in it, it'd be 2 points guaranteed, right?
Oh, yeah, without doubt, if you know
And
me.
you should.
I don't mess about,
I
mate.
just swing for the heels, mate.
That's why he's got the skull on that hand, isn't it? Yeah. That's what that skull for. That's the right hand to do.
Send him to the grave.
Final one from you. What's going to happen on Saturday?
I believe he'll get him out there inside the distance. I think his work rate will just be too much for him as well. He's 38 years old. He's over the hill now a little bit, and it's time to shine, I think.
Cheers, mate.
That's right, mate.
Cheers, mate.
I don't need your prediction because I assume you think you're going to win.
Listen, I think nice mature performance. I mean, I ain't got to rush it in there. And I know obviously every fighter says it, but I do feel very good, and I'm looking forward to do it. Normally, I wouldn't be here on a Thursday talking on the live with you, would I? Hey,
your main event now. Your main event now.
I'm big time now. I don't know about that.
What you got to do? Got about 4 people watching.
It's you.
Sam Noakes, thank you.
Thanks for having
Good
me,
luck,
Dave.
Sean. Thank you. And we're going to swap you out for Henry Turner, who's been punching your head in sparring, apparently. Well, let's find out a little bit about that. Henry, great to see you. Your man there, Sam Noakes, says that you've been having fun in sparring. It feels like that's great prep for someone who's going to come and try and take your head off from Saturday, though, right?
Yeah, exactly that. We both had, to be fair, for both of our fights, it's worked out for both of us. Like, Yven Mendy is a good boxer, quite talented. Sam Noakes aggressive, I've got someone that's aggressive, so it's worked out perfect for both of us, really.
That is going to bring out the best in you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that, yeah. Like you say, you ain't getting no one more aggressive than Sam Noakes. 13 knockouts out of 13 fights.
Yeah. Your last performance, it was Billy Allington. That felt like the one where people took notice a little bit because he's a common opponent with Dalton Smith. He's a good fighter, and you put on a bit of a show, right?
Yeah, just a tricky opponent. That's all he was. Like levels wise, I knew I was above him. I just knew he'd be a tricky fight, which he is. He's a tricky customer. He made it tricky against Dalton Smith, and he tried to make it a little bit tricky against me. So, but I think I'd done the job perfectly, and I think I might have even done it better than Dalton Smith.
That's a big claim, but you're probably right. You're probably right. You did put on quite a performance that night. Are we expecting something similar on Saturday then?
Yeah, I think even better this time. Like you say, I've moved over Bromley for this camp. I've spent 8 to 10 weeks training 2 or 3 times a day. The great sparring. I feel like I've improved loads even since my last fight. So yeah, I think you'll see that Saturday night.
So that means no 2.5 hour commutes. You're just next to the gym now, basically.
Yeah, I've been living with my sister, which is only literally 10 minutes up the road. Yeah. So that 2.5 hour commute's helped me out a little bit. I feel like it's given me a bit more of a lease of life when I get in the gym.
That's very good. That's very, very helpful. You look in great shape. I saw you the photos being done. Yeah. You are always just rock solid. And as Sam said up there, you don't get hurt. Have you ever been hurt? Are you all right?
He must try and hurt me then. If he says I can't get
hurt. So look, it's a big moment for you, and I understand also. You're the showman, but there's a bit of sponsorship going on. You're actually now sponsored by the Showman's Guild. Is that right? Have I got that right?
Yeah, there's like a Showman's Guild of Great Britain, which run all the massive fairs all over the country and Europe, even Europe. So yeah, they're sponsoring me for this fight, and I've even done like a little kit to tribute to them.
I knew you would. So can you tell us anything about this kit? Any kind of hint? Anything strange that we should be looking out for?
It won't be a little bit strange, but it's got like a gold pattern, like an outline of a fair. Like you got the gold outline of London when they done it. I've got them to do it like of a fairground. So yeah, I feel like it's plain but looks good.
Fantastic. Okay, well, Henry Turner, I think that's us done. I think we just got to watch you fight now.
Yeah, another explosive performance, hopefully.
Yes, really looking forward to it. Thank you, Henry Turner. Okay, well, that is the showman, Henry Turner, and that is us at this press conference today. We've had all sorts of fun. Yven Mendy spoke a little bit of English, and actually we're going to bring in Allo Jr, so we're not quite done yet because we have an animal here, a savage here. I got to say, Alois, I got to commentate on your last knockout. I loved it. That was so good. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I enjoyed it. But the thing is, when you're in a fight so short like that, it's very hard to enjoy it to the max. But it happens. People go to sleep.
It was really, really quick. And actually, he sort of caught you first. I guess he was coming out looking for you, and that meant that, well, don't go out looking for the animal.
Listen, any fighter that wants to look for me will find me. Trust me. I'm not a runner. I'll stay there, and if you want to stay there with me, I'll put another body bag in.
Yeah, we just got to be careful on the body bag talk. But tell me about this energy that you have. I noticed it when you first took your pro debut against a guy who most people probably wouldn't fight on their pro debut. You just got that spirit, that animal spirit. Where does it come from?
I think it's innate. I think it's just my desire to win. My will to win is second to none. I'll continue to push despite the shots coming at me or whatever life throws at me.
And who you been sparring in this one?
I've been sparring hard rounds with Craig Richards. Craig Richards is a very good fighter. I'm just mixing in with everyone there, whoever I can get, because I struggle to get sparring. Believe it or not.
Why do you struggle to get sparring?
Oh man, I punch too hard. But now Ben got me wearing 20-ounce gloves now, so I'm not hurting as much as it was beforehand. But it's good.
Ben has been hyping you up. Obviously, Simon, we can see off camera, your manager's been hyping you up as well. But one of the things I heard Ben say was that you hit harder than anyone else in terms of, and he's taken big punches on the pads. Am I hearing that right?
No, absolutely. You heard it the first time. I'm extremely explosive, and I don't see another cruiser in the world that's as explosive as me.
Are you going to stick around at cruiserweight? Because you're 20 years old.
21.
You're 21 years old now. Do you see a future at heavyweight? Do you go beyond cruiserweight?
I have my goals, I have my aspirations, but for now, I have to focus what's in front of me. And what's in front of me is Saturday. Because if Saturday doesn't go well, then there's no tomorrow. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying. And look, you've been crying out for opportunity.
Absolutely.
Crying out to get out there. Look, you've fought your way essentially to a press conference top table. You fought your way to a live TV slot, a good slot from what I'm hearing as well. It must feel good to be Allo Jr. right now, and that the work is paying off.
Absolutely, it feels amazing. You know, when you're waking up at 5 a.m. to go run, you're doing all this extra work. You want to feel appreciated, and finally, I feel much more appreciated.
Got to put on a show though, huh?
I'm always definitely going to put on a show. When do I not put on a show? Every
It's
single
true.
fight
Yeah.
I fight is exciting.
Okay.
There's not one.
There literally isn't.
Literally.
So, give us your final kind of prediction then. Is it
Oh.
it's just when you land that you put this man to sleep?
Correct. If I land on his chin, he's out. Lights out. It doesn't matter who you are. It's like a law of Allo Jr.
And his nickname being Pokemon, does it give him an extra edge? What do you think?
Not really. I'll catch him, you know.
That's what I wanted. It's exactly the line I wanted you to say. Thank you very much, Allo Jr. Okay, well that is us. That concludes our press conference here today in London ahead of Fight Night Live, Saturday night, live on TNT Sports from 7:45. The headline, we've heard from him, Sam Noakes, 13 fights, 13 wins, 13 knockouts. But this is a step up. This is Yven Mendy. He has never been stopped. He took the unbeaten record of Luke Campbell a few years ago. Very, very tough guy. If Sam Noakes beats him, huge statement. You've just heard from Allo Jr. He's back in action. Henry Turner, he's back. It's a tremendous show. It's what British boxing's all about, and it's live on Saturday night. We'll see you then.